Welcome once again to my world. Today we're talking about food combining. All right, here we go. I get asked this question all the time, food combining. Food combining, what is food combining? Food combining is where there is this theory that if you eat, for example, nuts and fruit at the same time, that the nuts take a lot longer to break down than the fruit does in your stomach acid, and therefore the fruit starts creating all this gas, and then you start having problems and digestive issues and things like that. You need to eat things that break down and dissolve at the same rate. Otherwise, you have issues. To some degree, that's true, and to some degree, it's not. And I'm going to get into this right now. All right. First of all, Kara and I do not have that problem. We mix this stuff all the time. I mean, you saw in our dessert videos, we're mixing fruit and nuts all the time. We have no gas, no digestive issues. So I believe that if you're totally healthy and clean, and your stomach acid is strong and your digestion is working properly, it's not an issue. We don't have an issue with it. Now, interestingly enough, this is kind of interesting. Hurry, hide me. It's the digestion police. Anyway, all right, interestingly enough, I do not put fruit on my salads. You know, when you go to a restaurant, the big trend now is to put strawberries on a salad. I think that's, I don't know, it annoys me. I think that's, for some reason, that I get irritated by that. I think it's stupid. I don't know. For some reason, I do not eat fruit on my salads. When you eat greens, which has nuts and things on it, in its whole form, no. Actually, somebody asked me the other day if I mix half fruit and half greens in my smoothies. But interestingly enough, I do not mix greens and fruit on my salad. Now, what's the difference? The salad it's in its whole form. You have to actually eat and munch and chew the greens and everything. You know, you're supposed to chew your food until it's a paste, until it's a pudding-type liquid with no hard pieces anymore before you swallow. That's how you're supposed to do it. Nobody does that. They chew 3 times and swallow. So that's one of the reasons digestion doesn't work right in the first place anyway. People don't chew their food enough. Everything you swallow should be pudding. It should be liquid before you swallow it. You don't just chew it 2 or 3 times to get the taste out of it and the texture, and then you swallow. The amount that people chew is based on their experience of gratification. They chew only until they get that taste out of it, and then it's not because they need to break their food down for proper digestion. The amount that people chew is based on how much pleasure they're getting out of the taste of it and the texture of it. As soon as the texture isn't there anymore, they want another one and another one. So you got to chew your food enough. I think that's a big reason right there. But anyway, I think that when you eat a salad, the body has a hard time breaking down cellulose, which is the greens. When I do the smoothies, that's why I can mix anything in the smoothies. I put peanut butter in there and nuts and fruit and greens. I put everything, because the blender just it rips all the cells apart. All the cellulose, everything gets broken apart. It's pre-digested for you. It's doing all the chewing for you. So the blender just rips apart all the cells, so there's no cellulose issue anymore. It rips the cells open. All the nutrients that are hidden inside the greens and all that is released. You should still swish it in your mouth, because your mouth releases pre-digestive enzymes, which need to mix with the food before it gets into the stomach, which helps the digestion process. Don't just gulp a smoothie. You should still swish it and chew it. Even though it's already liquid, you should still chew it before you swallow it to get the most out of your digestive experience. We do mix everything in our smoothies, nuts, fruits, greens, everything. We do not mix fruit and greens and stuff in our salad. At least I put pineapple in there and some, because it has a lot of digestive enzymes, but I don't put I don't put berries or even mango or anything like that. Definitely no bananas in my salad. It's weird. But as far as just eating berries and nuts or things like just eating it and swallowing it, we don't have a problem with it because we put it in our desserts and stuff. I think if you're not healthy and you're not clean and your body isn't working right, and most people's stomach acid isn't high enough. And a lot of that reason is because they eat bread and things bread is a sponge. It soaks up stomach acid. And then eat sugar and they have alkaline water. So their stomach acid is really weak. So yeah, you're going to have issues. If you do alkaline water, if you eat bread or wheat products or anything like that just kills your stomach acid, yeah, you're going to have, I would not do things like nuts and fruit and things like that at the same time. And that's also another reason why anybody who eats greens and things like that, why they have gas, because their digestion their stomach acid is just way too weak. It can't break down to cellulose. So I'd say people that have gas issues, I would put all your greens through a blender and make smoothies more than eating salads. Liquefy your salads and squish it in your mouth. Chew it. Even though it's blended, chew it before you swallow it. And take enzymes. You might need to take enzymes because that helps break down the food before, while you're building up your stomach acid to get healthier again. So that's my thing. I mean, I'm just rambling on here, but that's my take on the food combining is try to build up your stomach acid. Try to stop the bread, sugar, and things that are killing your digestion. And when I say sugar, I mean, eating whole fruit is fine. Putting fruit in a blender is fine. Don't juice the fruit. That's just my thing. It's too much concentrated sugar. I mean, you can put some fruit juice in your blender, in your smoothie, because you're mixing it with a lot of fiber. That's fine. Just try to get off the bread. Try to get off the spongy stuff that soaks up your stomach acid. Exercise, get enough sleep. Believe it or not, exercise and sleep and all that stuff affects your digestion. You need a little bit of salt along in your diet. Most people get that anyway, but to make proper stomach acid, you need water, you need salt, you need some B vitamins, even vitamin C and things like that. Zinc, you need zinc. We eat a lot of cashews, which has zinc in it. Anyway, that's I have a stomach ebook at marcusebooks.com if you want to learn more about digestion. If you have the digestive issues, if you have any issue with health, marcusebooks.com has an ebook on almost any health condition, including digestion, stomach, colon and bowel issues. It's all there. Liver, kidneys, anything you want to know, any health condition. There's an ebook on it. Okay, so that's my thing about food combining. Kara and I do not have problems with food combining. We don't put fruit on our salads, but we do mix nuts with pretty much anything. So, and by the way, almonds aren't nuts, they're seeds. Cashews aren't nuts, they're the seed of a drupe. So there. All right, that's my thing for today. Food combining. I hope I answered your questions. I mean, it's not a yes or no thing. The healthier you are, the more you can plow through and handle. All right, I'll see you in the next video. The Healthy Life. That's me.